After my recent spike in popularity, a lot of people have been asking when my mod is going to be made public. I hope to answer that in this video. To give you an overview, all the stuff you've seen me working on lately is all part of a big mod I'm making that's supposed to add content to every stage of the game, and also add an optional difficulty mode that reworks unmodded bosses, the Eater of Worlds for example. So, if I waited until the mod was completely finished to publish it, it would be a very long time before any of you got to play it. So instead, I'm going to publish it once I've finished all the pre-hard mode content I have planned. For clarity's sake, I'll give you a list of the things I still have to do. I would like to add a boss to the sky biome, the desert biome, and the caverns biome. As for boss reworks, the end is in sight, but I still have 3 to work on: the Eye of Cthulhu, Deerclops, and Queen Bee. With that out of the way, I'd like to show you a few things I've been working on that weren't big enough to warrant their own video. But first, if you haven't heard, my ultimate goal on YouTube is to get so many subscribers that I can just quit my job and play video games for a living. So, if you could like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. And now to kick things off, I've made some weapons for the Granite Crab boss, starting with the Granite Staff. It summons granite elementals that will fire homing projectiles at nearby enemies. They can be very strong if you have a lot of them. To go with that, there's the crab leg. It's a whip. Nothing really special about it, it's just a decent whip. Finally, we have the Granite Claw. It's a pickaxe that's slightly better than the Nightmare Pickaxe or Deathbringer Pickaxe, so now you could skip the Eater of Worlds or Brain of Cthulhu if you felt like it. And of course, I would also make weapons for the Marble Fortress. First, there's the Enchanted Javelin. It's basically a pre-hard mode version of the Daybreak. You impale targets to deal damage to them over time, and the more spears they have in them, the more damage they take. Then there's the East Tower. It's basically a sword that shoots out flames when you swing it. Pretty ideal for crowd control. Last but not least, there's the West Tower. It shoots out icicles that will stick in the ground if they don't hit anything and deal damage to anything that walks on them. Or you may prefer to hit your enemies directly, in which case the icicles will stick to them and apply frostburn for quite a while. Please note that this effect does not stack. That's all the weapons, but there are still a few things I'd like to show you. The Temple Warden now has a brand new AI to set it apart from its dungeon counterpart. It's a bit janky, but it works. And last but not least, I've made some exciting changes to everyone's favorite boss, the Floor of Flesh. Eater of Worlds. These are ideas that I got from commenters, so those of you who think they're overkill, don't blame me, blame them. The Eater of Worlds now spawns with a bunch of clingers attached to it, which will function like the Wall of Flesh's hungries and periodically shoot out cursed flames. They're not too much of a problem in the more enclosed spaces, but once you get to the surface they can really start giving you trouble. However, if you do manage to kill them, they will drop Demonite and Shadow Scales. A very common suggestion was to make the Eater of Worlds get faster as its health gets lower. And well, I did that, and I hope you're happy. That brings us to the end of the things I've done, but there are still a few ideas that I would like to address. First, possibly the most popular suggestion was to give the Eater of Worlds eyes, and well, I really like that idea and I'm probably going to do it, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. I won't be animating the tendrils that stick out from the top like some suggested, because those are actually supposed to be teeth. Some also suggested that I make the Eater of Worlds delete your entire world once it reaches the top of the map, and well, listen. I hate players as much as any modder, but even that is just a little too evil for me. And that pretty much wraps up this video. I can't promise when the next boss rework will be because my plans for the last 3 are very ambitious, but stay tuned. And remember to please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. Thank you, goodbye.